better quarterback? Trevor Sunshine Lawrence or Justin the Robot Herbert? Now, this has been a really popular debate that I've been seeing floating around on Twitter. A lot of people are picking Justin Herbert. I asked you guys earlier today, who do you guys think was better? And 59% of you guys said Justin Herbert was better than Trevor Lawrence. 41% of you guys picked T-Law over Justin. What are my thoughts on this debate? And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm really stuck in between the middle. But I'm probably still going to have to go Justin Herbert just because he has more body of work compared to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has only been in the league for going on 3 years now? And last year was his first great season. You look at Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has been a top 10, top 5 QB ever since he has taken over the reins as the starting quarterback for the LA Chargers. And I get that Trevor Lawrence beat the Chargers and outplayed Justin Herbert the last 2 times they matched up against each other last year. And if we were going off solely what they did last year, I would pick Trevor Lawrence. But if we're going off who's the better quarterback right now, I have to go with the guy who has a better overall body of work. And you look at what Justin Herbert did last year for the LA Chargers. They didn't have great coaching. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen missed time. They were down 4 starters on the offensive line at one point. They had arguably one of the worst rushing attacks in the NFL last year. Justin Herbert carried the LA Chargers on his back last year. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for Justin Herbert. I'm just saying that I normally favor somebody who does a little bit more with less. Now, Trevor Lawrence, I think that he's a more talented quarterback than Justin Herbert. I think that he's a little bit of a better runner than Justin Herbert, even though Justin Herbert, surprisingly enough, runs a faster 40 time than T-Law. When you watch Trevor Lawrence play, this dude is really slippery. And you don't really see somebody at his size be that athletic when they decide to run the football. But I think that Justin Herbert is really athletic, but I think that Trevor Lawrence is better throwing on the run than what Justin Herbert is. And I look at Trevor Lawrence, I definitely think this season he's going to end up cementing himself as a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. But for right now, I got to go with my boy Sunshine behind Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert just right now, he just has a little bit of a better resume than Trevor Lawrence. I need to see Trevor Lawrence be able to sustain his success for a lot longer. And plus, even based on last year, he was really inconsistent and a very streaky player at times. Justin Herbert was way more consistent than what Trevor Lawrence was. And before you Jags fans come at me sideways, yes, I did watch every single Jaguars game. I had no choice to because I live in Jacksonville, so I get forced to watch the local Jaguar games, whether I want to or not. And I did watch every single game that he played. And Trevor Lawrence had some really good games. He balled out against the Cowboys. He balled out the first time they played the Tennessee Titans. He had a great game against the Ravens and the Chargers the 2 times they played. Some people say that he's the best second half quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes. And I think that you have a very good argument for that. But he had some really inconsistent performances against the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans early last year, and their last game against the Tennessee Titans, he struggled. Although they won that game, it wasn't the best performance that we've seen out of Trevor Lawrence last season. And when you look at Justin Herbert was rock solid good last year for the LA Chargers. So I think that Justin Herbert, right now, he's the more consistent player. But when you look at the guy who has more upside, who has more potential, you got to go with Trevor Lawrence. But for right now, if I had to pick between which quarterback would I want to lead my team right now, who I think is better, I would take Justin Herbert. But I'm interested in seeing what you guys have to say down in the comment section down below. I think you can make the argument for either one. I don't think you can go wrong taking Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert. Last year kind of was T-Law's rookie season, since we just discredit what happened his first year in the NFL. He had Urban Meyer as his head coach. That was just a disaster all the way around. But I think Trevor Lawrence could end up being better than Justin Herbert this year, but for right now, I just got to go with my guy Justin Herbert just because he has a way more proven resume than what Trevor Lawrence has. And yeah, I know that Justin Herbert doesn't have the playoff success that you expect for a guy who is expected to be an elite QB. There's a lot of people who consider Justin Herbert to be overrated. I don't think he's overrated because, you know, the Chargers blew that big lead to the Jaguars in the postseason. I think there's a lot of reasons for why the Chargers blew that lead. Bad coaching, conservative play calling. I do think that Justin Herbert does deserve blame for that, but I don't think one loss in the postseason should just discredit Justin Herbert's overall body of work. We know that Justin Herbert, ever since he's came into the NFL, he's over-exceeded expectations, and he's been one of the best QBs in the NFL. Now, Trevor Lawrence does have a good chance to overtake him and end up becoming a top 3 QB, but I think for right now, I got to go with Herbert. I think he's better than Trevor Lawrence, but I don't think the gap is that big. I don't think you can go wrong with either one.